Welcome everyone to the SERL Hot Wheels Cup Series Season 2 Race 8 at Riki Raceway, where we have 42 drivers ready to take on this. It's really hard to describe the super speedway in just a couple of words because the super speedway just has just everything. Sometimes it's even hard to describe an action after watching a race. And I feel like people like me are going to have that same feeling, along with the thousands of fans in the grandstands ready to watch this 30 lap event. So we're just going to see a lot happen in this race. But before I get into that and what happened last week at Texas, I'm going to talk about what we've seen so far this weekend. So for the first time ever in the SERL, we have a Riki triple header. In the Domino's Pizza Truck Series race, Johnny Worth was pretty strong almost all day long, but not particularly like the driver who was the most dominant. But then on a one lap dash final restart, he went from third to first, and that's how he won. Then last night in the American Ethanol Series race, Dean Orton in the number 13 led all but one lap and won the race in just dominating fashion, which I did not expect that at Rookie. But I think in the Dominance Pizza Truck Series, there was quite a bit of lead changes and passing. In the American Ethanol Series, those numbers were significantly lower. And I think we could see either or today in the Hot Wheels Cup Series. And I feel like that, obviously, because it is a 2.25 mile super speedway, we'll definitely see that pack racing. But I think we also could be seeing. I think we'll be seeing a mix of drivers that are just going to try to get any position they can, and it may pay off or not. But I also think that we could see drivers just waiting to make the move at the right time, depending on how the green flag runs and caution laps just play out. But anyway, very briefly, I'm going to talk about Texas. That was also a pretty wild race. And now we have a new points leader. Bubba Buchanan he's been pretty strong pretty much almost right off the bat. And they've been making some, improvements week to week. And now they are the points leader. But they only have it by 1 point over Isaac Nichols. Bill Crafton is third in points. Ariana Parks is fourth in points. Andrew Gorman, after struggling uh, at Sears Point, got himself back into the top 5 in points. And to round off the top 10 points, we have Cliff Buchanan, Nick Smith, Cody Hagan, Riley Smith, and Kendall Minor. And some of you might be wondering, wait a second, where's Johnny Mills? Johnny Mills is 15 points. And when you think about it, 2 weeks ago at the Brickyard, it looked like that he was just going to sail away. He had a pretty big points lead, but in the past 2 weeks, they've been rough ones. And now that's gotten him in the position that he's gotten, which I think just shows of how quickly you can just fall off. And we'll see who will thrive and who will not thrive. But anyway, now let's get the cars rolling off to conclude the Riki weekend. Here is the starting lineup for today's race. So for the second day in a row, Matt Hoshkis scores the pole. He scored the pole in the American Ethanol Series race, and I think he finished inside the top 10. Andrew Gorman, Carr Sinclair, William Bedford, Clint Buchanan, Cody Hagan, Cliff Crafton, Kevin Saunders, Abe Troxell, Austin Kennedy conclude the top 10. Abe Troxell was the most dominant driver at Texas, but lost it in a late restart. Austin Kennedy won last week at Texas after steadily going from the middle of the pack to the front. And here is the rest. This is the rest of the field, and I feel like based on what we've seen this weekend, there's not really a safe area in this field because we've seen crashes happen in the middle of the pack. We've seen crashes even happen up front when battling for the lead, and you will find that true if you go watch the Domino's Pizza Truck Series race, which was uploaded not too long ago today. But anyway, as we go through turns 3 and 4, pretty much the key to the race is just surviving. That's it. You just gotta survive. And you have to kind of be luckier here. I think it's gonna take a little bit of luck, or maybe a lot of luck, to win today at Riki. But anyway, as we come off turn number 4 and onto the front stretch, the tri-ovals make to 18 degrees, and we are about ready to get the green flag at Riki for the final time this weekend. Right about Now, in the first ever Hot Wheels Cup Series race, Riki is green. So Matt Hotchkiss, he gets a great start here and is actually going to clear Andrew Gorman as they go into turns 1-2. And I think we can expect an early caution as my frame rate keeps on acting low again. Okay, it looks like everyone survived the first corner, which I did not expect it to happen. Pretty much turns 1-2, I think, has pretty much been like the main trouble spot of the weekend so far, and historically at Riki. And if my frame rate can just hurry up, Matt Hotchkiss continues to lead, so he will lead the first lap here. So that's going to be one bonus point to him. And I think we just got through the first lap clean and green, which, wow, I did not expect it. I did not expect to see that, but I think we'll have some kind of problem. We're gonna go in the back of the packer here to see where it might happen. Oh, I see something happening here. Okay, the 62 of Cameron Blake was giving me. I was getting a little on my nerves here. As we go back into the front. Oh, Austin Kennedy, Kevin Saunders. Okay, Kevin Saunders goes to the middle, now to the bottom. Oh my God! There we go. Crash behind them. Frankie Reed behind. Frankie Reed. I think that was Dale Scott. Garrett Sinner, Blaine Keys, Daniel Boyles, Justin Solampas, O'Neal Baldwin, Jacob Reed involved, but for the most part, that could have been a much bigger crash. Wait, watch out here. Okay, for a second, I thought Andrew Gorman and Elgin Mills were together. Anyway, but now everyone is going to slow down, and the pace car will pick up the field. So that was pretty much identical. So far this weekend, we've had two crashes that have happened just like that in both the Domino's Pizza Truck Series race and the American Ethanol Series race. Let's take a look and see what happened with Frankie Reed and Dale Scott. Before I hit the replay button, first of all, I gotta say that I have a feeling my commentary is not gonna be that good. But also, this crash was pretty glitchy when I was just previewing it. So what happened right here was that Frankie Reed went a little high, and Dale Scott looked like he also could have been trying to pass Frankie Reed, but it just went all wrong here. And thank goodness there is a safe barrier to the inside wall, because that was one heck of a lick, about 175 miles. But then Frankie Reed comes back across the racetrack here into Daniel Boyles. Isaac Nichols gets some damage. Big Crafton, I believe, goes over or almost over here. Jim Kelly gets some damage as well. The Dale Scott version here, this should give us a better view of what happened down lower here. So it looked like he couldn't hang on through here, but then Eric Almahart hit him, and that's what pretty much collected everyone who was trying to go through on the bottom. So overall, I think this crash could take out maybe like 7 or 8 drivers that will eventually have to go to the garage for the rest of the day. But now let's go on board some drivers. A lot of this racetrack is thinner than most super speedways, so it makes record avoidances like Bubba Buchanan's even more impressive. Riley Smith glitched his way through this crash. Well, this recording is going great so far, but anyway, so everyone that is marked a lap down is pretty much out of the race. So as I predicted, maybe around like 7 to 8 DNFs. It turns out even more than that. So now we only have 32 cars on the lead lap, and Matt Hotchkiss is still the leader. So honestly, it amazed me about how we were able to go almost 3 full laps. Not 3. 2 full laps without green flag, because that did not happen in the other 2 races in the past 2 days, which I think possibly shows about how maybe which I think shows how some of these drivers really got a good grip. Of course, like Dale Scott and Frankie Reed, they hadn't gotten a good grip of the track yet, and so that's why the crash happened. But anyway, Matt Hotchkiss followed by Carter Sinclair, Club Crafton, Abe Troxell, and Johnny Mills will lead. The top 5 will all lead back to green flag. Carter Sinclair in the 9. This is a driver that has had mixed success. Like he's had good finishes like such as at Atlanta, but then he's had poor finishes at tracks like Portland, and that has left him 25 points. Right behind him is Clubcraft in the number 7. This is a driver that is just trying to get things going for the good. Just been a struggling season outside the top 25 points, but now he's going to take second away from Carr Sinclair. Abe Troxell in the 17. This is a driver who just came so close to winning his first ever race at Texas last week. And now he's going to go for second right here. He's set 18 points. Johnny Mills in the 48 trying to get back up to the front in points, and it looks like that if he can finish around this area, he will do that as well. But Matt Hoshka still leads. So far today, I think we're seeing maybe just a little bit more side-by-side passing than what we had last season. And as we go through the top 10 here, but now, wait a second, are we having a lead change? Okay, no we're not. I don't know why I did though. But anyway, here, as we go through turns 3 and 4, both turns 1 and 2 are banked at 36 degrees. And that's what creates these really fast speeds, despite this track not being as big as Daytona and Talladega. But now Abe Troxell, with help from Johnny Mills, now goes to the front. So Carter Sinclair, Matt Hoshkas, he still led that lap, but now it looks like we're gonna have a new leader. Whether it is Abe Troxell or now Johnny Mills in the 48. Johnny Mills, he won at Indianapolis, which is, even though a track is totally different than this track, it's still fairly big, more than 2 miles. So who knows? Maybe he learned something at Indianapolis that can help him here today at Riki. He had a really rough day in the American Ethanol Series. I think he got some cosmetic damage in that first crash, which and then all of a sudden in the second pileup, he was the last car on the racetrack, but then it was almost as if he was trying to like floor it going through the crash, and that did not pay off at all. But anyway, now as he becomes the next leader, as we go through the pack here, and we got another crash behind him, Abe Troxell, Bubba Buchanan, Kendall Maynor. What happened there? Oh my goodness, Isaac Nichols are here. Some of these drivers came up, were pretty high in points. Can Justin Thomas get through this? Ooh, barely. But for Bubba Buchanan, it looks like he's not going to be our points leader after today. Aiden Saunders, he's not even inside the top. No, never mind, he is. He's 11 points. He's going to take a hit. Pierre Saviano, Riley Smith, ooh, 9th in points here. So Johnny Mills here. He leads us back to the green flag. Let's take a look here. Oh my goodness, what is LJ Mills doing on the apron? Whoa, what? Did we have a crash? Okay, just going through the field here, it doesn't look like we had a crash, but we did have one coming through turns 1-2, which I said earlier, it does seem to be a control spot. Let's take a look and see what happened. All 4 turns at Riki Raceway are like blind corners just because of the hilly infield. So for some of these drivers, they could not slow down in time just because they could not see the crash. And now we're going to show all of the wrecked cars just wrecking and flipping right in front of your face. Kendall Maynor and Cameron Garlington, 2 Fords, drafting together, trying to catch up to the rest of the field so that way they don't lose the draft. And then Cameron Garlington also decides to make a move, and that one will be wrong because as you can see, that 2-car tandem right here, both drivers went into the inside wall here, and then Cameron Garlington actually goes on his side. Then when Kendall Maynor comes back across the racetrack, Clint Buchanan is there, and Saunders is there, and just look at Kendall Maynor just flip all over Riley Smith right here, and when Isaac Nichols hit Kendall Maynor, that launched him high up in the air. So overall, a pretty hard crash for many of these drivers. Now let's go on board some drivers. I think if you're in this part of the field, you're just kind of like cruising along, like you're not going to race too aggressive just because there's just a lot more racing left to go, and I think that's how Kendall Maynor must have felt, and so this must have caught him really off guard. You could say that the 6 car and the 21 car, even though they're owned by 2 different teams, their engine packages are pretty similar. in some ways, and so this is just kind of like taking out your teammate. If you are marked a lap down, you are pretty much just out of the race. So now we only have 25 cars on the lead lap now. And so far today, we have seen many drivers that were running pretty high up in points entering today, just getting involved in wrecks, and now they're going to finish very, very poorly. But drivers that aren't currently running very poorly on the racetrack are drivers like Johnny Mills. Never mind. Bubba Buchanan is still on the racetrack here, and a driver that we've not talked about very much today, or pretty much all the season, Peyton Keys in the 55. Just he's outside the top 25 in points, so he's just looking for something good to happen to him. Cleb Crafton in the 7, I talked about him earlier. He's kind of having the same thing that Peyton Keys is having. Matt Hotchkiss, he's led the most laps, but lost it shortly after the restart, and Carson Sinclair has also dropped a few positions. But anyway, so this is the first time that we pretty much had a driver restart on the inside, which is a slower car. So how will Bubba Buchanan impact the field today? We'll just have to find out. But anyway, Johnny Mills, he gets a pretty good restart here, but Cleb Crafton is all over the bumper of Payne Keys. Will Payne Keys try to make a move here? As many drivers here are now going to go to the outside. Oh no, Abe Troxell here. He's going to get stuck right behind Bubba Buchanan, and that's not going to pay off. William Bedford here is also behind. I had to see a car spin. Okay, I don't know if just Columbus got hooked, but I thought someone spun. Anyway, now listen here. Now, Clip Buchanan here, he has now gone shoved to the middle of the racetrack. Whoa. Luke Walker in the 42. Oh no, that may not go too well. But anyway, now up front, if I can get back up to the front, Johnny Mills, he still leads this race. And I'm actually going to pull this up here as I go to the rear of the field. But Buchanan, now he's got to shovel down to the high side. Ooh. Clip Buchanan, his teammate, and his brother, I want to say, is not stuck behind him. So far, not a very good day for the Buchanan brothers, who come into this race pretty high up in points. Clip Buchanan is not going to fall back in line here and get a shove from Lisa Gonzalez, but... Oops. Whoa, watch out. Oh, for a second I thought that was going to be huge. Okay, so Johnny Mills here, he's still the leader. And all of a sudden here, it looks like that we now have some new drivers here that are up front, such as Austin Kennedy and William Bedford, which I think these kind of drivers are here that are in this kind of position, like Dean Orton or Andrew Grant. I think they're just kind of like hanging out here. I don't think that they think that trouble's gonna happen anytime soon. So I think they're just gonna wait here and then like save their craft for later in the race. But as we saw last caution, you can still be in the middle of the pack, think that you're all right, and yet we still have another pressure here. So the top several are all single file. In fact, I think it's the entire top 11 here, and also the entire top 11 have separated themselves from the second packer here, which is LJ Mills, Charles Belding, Biff Crafton, Luke Walker, and more, and others. But anyway, Johnny Mills here, he continues to lead. Oh, and there we go. The single file snake is now broken here. Here comes Club Crafton with the help of Matt Hotchkiss. A little bit of two-car tandem here going on, but now Payne Keys is going to get left out of the drive, and Johnny Mills just continues to lead. I think Johnny Mills is possibly trying to Dean Orton it, which is once you get the lead, you never look back. But now Matt Hotchkiss here, he's going to try to go for second. The 25 and the 48 are pretty much teammates right here, so maybe we'll see a little bit of teammate action here, as now we only have 11 more laps to go. We're wide now for second place. Payne Keys, Andrew Gorman, Carson Sinclair. Carson Sinclair is going to get the advantage. Dean Orton in the 4 car, he's had a pretty nice day as well, running inside the top 10, looking to maybe get inside the top 5. Andrew Brandt in the number 10, the Sears point winner. Because he had a dismal start to the season, he's just been struggling back there, but his past 2 races, 2 top 10s. Now here comes Club Crafton trying to get second back from Matt Hotchkiss. As I now go through the rest of the field here, if I can. Alan Susan in 31. I actually wanted to bring this driver up a while ago. He started in the rear, and he had to avoid the 2 wrecks, but now he's comfortably inside the top spot here. Well, against. Okay, for a second I thought I might have spoke too soon. But anyway, here now Dean Orton here and Andrew Brandt, which are also teammates here. They're now all of a sudden the 2 drivers on the inside line, and now they're gonna try to go up to the front. I think some of the drivers up front are going to need a narrow restart here, but who knows? I think our next crash could happen right up front. We've seen a ton of DNF so far in the past 2 races with more than half the field involved, and so far we have not seen that today. But now, if this race was a Domino's Pizza or an American Ethanol Series race, the race would already be over. Johnny Mills would be the winner, but that's not the case today. But oh my gosh, here. Okay, I thought Carter Sinclair and Matt Hodges were going to hook together. That could have been a devastating crash, but we're just going to keep our eye on this field for a second, because I don't feel too good about this. Peyton Keys, Matt Hodges, William Bedford, ooh. Oh, again, there we go, again here, right in front of the field. Charles Bennett gets involved. And many more, oh my goodness here. Alan Sousa are here, Lisa Gonzalez are here, also involved. Ariana Parks. Yep. I knew that was not going to end well here. And here we have it. The big one once again. And for some of the drivers, they were running inside. So some of the drivers were inside the top 10. And some of these drivers, and a lot of these drivers were just inside the second pack. And that's kind of the consequence you pay if you're going to be that far back, even if you are even like over a second behind the pack. Behind a second behind the pack, because you can still get involved in stuff like this. But now, right here, it seems like Justin Galapagos is going to be the biggest gainer of them all here, because even though he got damaged in that first crash, he's gonna pass a lot of cars just because he's just so far back. That's the thing, though. You can be behind and still not get involved in wrecks, but the thing is, you have to be a certain like distance behind. Justin Galapagos is like the perfect distance. But anyway, let's now shift our focus to getting a replay of what happened coming off of turn number 4. Throughout today, I've said about how we've seen like some teammates get together and go up to the front or stay up front, like Johnny Bosley, Matt Hotchkiss, Andrew Brandt, and Dean Orton, and now in this case, William Bedford and Austin Kennedy, which are teammates, hooked together coming out of turn number 4 here, and both of them are going to go into the inside wall here, but then Austin Kennedy puts William Bedford back up across the racetrack here. Charles Belling has nowhere to go, but Crafton gets some damage. Nick Smith also gets involved. So is Alan Sousa, Connor Breeden, Elgin Mills, Luke Walker, Clint Buchanan, and then Heather here. Did Torrentier get some damage, or did Torrentier avoid that? Wow, Torrentier just narrowly avoided that crash here, and then Ariana Parks tried to do the same move, but it was too late. But anyway, never mind. But overall, this crash just took out a lot of good drivers that were going to have some good finishes, and that's just been an overall theme so far this weekend, but overall this season, for the most part. But now, let's go on board some of these drivers. This is going to be one of the reasons why I think Torn Dieter, unless something happens to him after this final restart, or what should be our final restart, hopefully, this will be one of those reasons why he is going to gain a lot of points. Some of these drivers were this far back because of what happened on the restart before this, when Bubba Buchanan was just a slower car and holding up drivers. LJ Mills was, I believe, one of those drivers that got holed up by the 14, and because of that, he was put in this position. Didn't get a whole lot of damage, but I think it's definitely going to take him anywhere out of, like, top 10, maybe? Everyone from Lisa Gonzalez to Dale Scott is officially out of the race, and now we only have 20 drivers still on the racetrack. And right behind the pace car driver is Johnny Bose in the 48. He has been the most dominant driver of the day, but I don't think that we can give him the win just yet, because there are some hungry drivers behind them. Dean Orton, Andrew Brandt, Carter Sinclair, Club Crafton. that rounds off your top 5. But pretty much, I would say all of the drivers have just been pretty much. They've been racing very hard and have been very aggressive just to get to this point. Andrew Rant hasn't exactly like have to be like Andrew Rant has not. He doesn't have to be as aggressive just because he's just been leading. He's led the most laps of the day, but we'll just have to find out. We'll go back racing here with just 4 more laps to go. The green flag is out for what should hopefully be the final time of the day. Here we go. Dean Orton, he's trying to go to the high side here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. So now he goes down to the top right here. No, never mind. He pulls the crossover right here. Dean Orton in the number 4, trying to get back-to-back wins right here. I'm trying to think. I don't think that's happened so far this season. I think it happened maybe once or twice last season, but I can't remember. But anyway, now all of a sudden we have a new driver up front. It is Dean Orton, but Johnny Mills was able to fall right in behind him. So that unfortunately breaks up the draft between Dean Orton and Andrew Brandt, which are teammates. But anyway, now as we come back right here to the green flag, it looks like Johnny Mills right here is looking to pounce. And yes, he does it here. Can he lead this lap? No, but it'll be Dean Orton. But here comes Andrew Brandt in the 10. It looks like that we are gonna have our first repeat winner of this series. But who will it be? Will it be Johnny Mills or will it be Andrew Brandt? But wait, never mind. Oh my goodness, behind him right here! Andrew Gorman in the number 2. That's gonna end the race. Oh, did they just save it? I cannot believe it. Are we still racing? We are still racing here at Riki. Oh my goodness. They somehow all saved it. I do not know how they just did that. But now as Dean Orton is falling back, Andrew Brandt right here has now gone into 2nd place, and it looks like he's maybe waiting to make a move on Johnny Mills. Oh my goodness. I think it might have been Andrew Gorman, Abe Troxell, or it might have been Andrew Gorman or Payne Keys. Right here. But those drivers are here. They didn't make some hard contact with the wall, but I guess that we will stay green since those drivers like spun. But now all of a sudden it is now turned into a 2-man race. Andrew Brandt, Johnny Mills are here. Andrew Brandt is just right on the bumper. But we'll just have to see. Andrew Brandt, it just looks like he's just peeking. He's just sort of like peeking his way to the inside right here. But the thing is, after what we saw with Andrew Gorman and Payne Keys, he might as well try to make the move right now, because who knows, the caution could come out like right this second. Andrew Brandt, his first 5 races of the season were just pretty miserable, and now all of a sudden, it looks like Andrew Brandt has possibly gotten his groove back now. Here. But now all of a sudden, here comes Matt Hotchkiss and Carson Sinclair trying to get back up to the front. But Matt Hotchkiss, he's had a very strong car all day long. But I think Andrew Brandt, he's just waiting. If he's got to make the move, he's going to make it right here on the final lap. So here we go. We are coming down to the white flag this time by. And here we go. Final lap is out. Will it be Johnny Mills, or will it be Andrew Brandt, or will it be someone else? I think if Matt Hotchkiss makes the move on Andrew Brandt, I think it's going to be all over. But we'll just have to see. We saw Johnny Worth go from 3rd to 1st on his final lap here. Here we go. Oh no, Matt Hotchkiss, it looks like he's going to peek inside right here. Down the back right here. They're all single file right here. The top several drivers are. Will Andrew Brandt make the move? Well, here we go. To the inside here. Oh my goodness. He gets inside right here. Inside his nose right here. To the inside of Andrew Brandt. Inside, here we go. It's going to be a photo finish here. Coming down to the line. Coming to the checkered flag. It is going to be. Oh my goodness. Here, who was it? Johnny Mills. By how much? 5/1000ths of a second. Oh my goodness. What is up with all of these close finishes so far this season? I was trying to do a flyby, but I was too late. But oh my goodness. That's how close Johnny Mills was. As we go back into the front here, wow, oh my goodness, let's take a look at that instant replay, or let's get an instant replay of the finish. I said earlier that Andrew Brandt was just peeking right here, and he was, so Johnny Mills here, I think Andrew Brandt got Johnny Mills, I think he got him up the racetrack here, but then all of a sudden here, but by the time it happened, Andrew Brandt's momentum with Matt Hotchkiss here kind of, I would say, like, the draft, I would say, would had weakened here, and then as they come down to the line, just look at this here. It was by it was just by that much. Here, oh my, I guess what a finisher here to conclude the Riki Raceway triple header. Wow, I'm even having a hard time talking just because it really is unbelievable here. But anyway, now let's show you the finishing results as we just look at this for a moment. Johnny Mills and Carter Sinclair could not get down pit road the first lap, so they have to take an extra cooldown lap. But let's take a look at the finishing results. Wow, by just 5/1000ths of a second, Andrew Brandt and Johnny Mills. So Johnny Mills becomes the first repeat winner of the season, and with this win, and with many of the top drivers in points struggling, this is definitely going to put him back in the hunt. Maybe not the points leader, but definitely back in the hunt. And here is the rest of the field. And my goodness, I really need to figure out a way to fix my commentary. Hopefully. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't remember where they're going. I think it's possibly like a Kansas triple header, but I don't really remember. So you might be in for a surprise unless you decide to go look at the schedule, which is down in the link below to my website, and you can go to the SERL like page, and you'll find it very shortly once you search around. But anyway, that is the race at Riki Raceway for the Hot Wheels Cup Series, their first ever race at Riki Raceway, and it was for surely not a disappointment. But I would like to thank everyone for watching this race. So be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and buy. Congrats to Johnny Mills.